Welcome to Hashtag Wednesdays Weekly, a weekly information session in collaboration with the voluntary sector and our public sector partners. Today's session is on training and learning opportunities for all at Rochdale Town Hall, and our host is Caroline. Over to you, Caroline.
Thank you very much, Michelle, and it's a pleasure to be here this morning. Thank you for the invitation. I'm just going to run through a presentation about some of the training and learning opportunities that we've got currently and coming up at Rochdale Town Hall. My name is Caroline and I'm the Heritage Engagement Manager based at the Town Hall. Just a bit of background first. I'm sure all of you are very aware of a building that is the Town Hall in Rochdale, an iconic building that almost pierces the sky, really. It's been there for 150 years and indeed celebrated its 150th birthday just last week. And part of what we're doing at the moment as part of the multi-million-pound restoration is to ensure that the building stays there for the next 150 years and can be enjoyed by the next generations to come. Ironically, it's a beautiful building and has been described as exquisite and a palace of art and as an architectural wonder of Great Britain. However, it was built in the age of the dark satanic mills, but it was built really to bring something different to the architecture of Rochdale, and it was a physical manifestation of the town's wealth, status and international influence at the time. It was actually designed by the architect W.H. Crossland, who was a Yorkshireman. He was let into Lancashire for a short time though, whilst he designed this building, and he won a competition to design the building back in the 1860s. This is an invitation to when the Town Hall officially reopened in 1871. It was open to great aplomb and fabulous parties and banquets in what we now know as the Great Hall. When it was opened, it was, when illuminated by gaslight, it was likened to an Oriental temple, a continental cathedral of intoxicating elegance, and it still is the same today. Dazzling beauty and intoxicating elegance. It's still the same today, and part of what we're doing as part of the project is to make sure that it remains dazzling and intoxicating for centuries to come. As I said before, it has been described by many as a palace of art. It really is a gallery, really, in all its Gothic style, to the artistry and craftsmanship and design of the day. Many of its original features still exist, and thanks to our partners in the York Glaziers Trust, Lancashire Conservation Studio and our specialist contractors, all of those features are being restored as part of our project. This is how an etching of when it first opened in the 1870s, with people admiring the grand arched ceilings in the Great Hall. At the moment, however, the Town Hall is a building site and people can't get in it until August, September 2023, when the Town Hall is going to reopen again. So it's currently having a multi-million-pound restoration, thanks largely to National Lottery Heritage Fund and support also from Rochdale Borough Council. But the Town Hall does have a bright future, thanks to our funders. In 2023, it will open as a visitor attraction. So all the main principal rooms will be open and accessible to everybody. In the past, it's been really an office, council offices. It's also been the place where people would register births, marriages and deaths. But that civic function, while still being retained in some elements, is really being overtaken by a full visitor experience. There'll be two lifts installed, one in the clock tower, so the building will be fully accessible to people of all ages and all abilities. There'll be engaging exhibitions, events and activities at the weekends and at school holidays, and it will be an engaging experience that everybody can enjoy 7 days a week. As part of the works as well, we'll be pedestrianising part of the esplanade, really from the police station up until the other end near where the banks are. So it will be a pedestrianised walkway where there'll be benches, there'll be new planting, trees, it'll be a great event space, and it'll be a safe walkway over to where the Cenotaph and Memorial Gardens is. So it's not just the town hall that's being restored, but all its surrounding environment as well, to make it a much more pleasant and safer space. There'll also be an outdoor terrace as well, where you can sit and have a cup of tea or a gin and tonic or something stronger if you'd like, and watch the world go by. There'll also be some new exhibitions. Some will be permanent and some will be temporary in all the main rooms of the building. This particular computer-generated image shows our welcome gallery, which will be our main exhibition space in the town hall when it opens in 2023. But a lot of this project isn't just about building, it's about people. And it's about making it a welcoming space for everybody, so that everybody feels at home and welcome in it when it reopens. But it's also about what we do before it reopens, and it's how we engage all our communities in the project itself. And that's where we need you, the people that you support in the communities of Rochdale, and people like yourselves who want to help to promote the project and get involved in it. There are lots and lots of ways and lots of learning and training opportunities associated with this project, and I'm going to tell you about some of them now. One of them is to do with historical research. When the town hall reopens, we're going to have a lot of exhibitions about the history of the town hall, but also using the town hall as a bit of a lens onto the history of Rochdale over the past 150 years. And we're looking for people to help us with our research and to help us tell those stories of the last 150 years. And those stories will go into engaging exhibitions, interpretation, but they'll also go into helping us form our school sessions for when we welcome schools back in 2023. They'll also help in allowing us to form our tours so that we can give engaging tours to people of all ages and all abilities. And they'll also help us with our outreach work as well. This is a postcard here of the Esplanade and Park slopes around. Apologies, thank you. This is a picture of a works do around the 1930s. Again, a picture from Touchstones. This was in the Great Hall in the town hall. The town hall was used as a recruitment centre for soldiers in the First World War. This is one of the few pictures we have here, but it's certainly a story we'd like to tell about Rochdale and how its story in the First World War and all the young men it sent to the front from 1914 to 1918. Lots of men in suits here, lots of bald men in suits in one of the old committee room meetings in the 1940s. Obviously, the town hall has been a civic centre for many years of its life. But it hasn't just been a place of governance, it's also been many other things. It's been a nightclub. It's been a fire station. It's still got cells in the basement when prisoners who were found guilty in the court were put there for short stays. These are all stories that we want to tell as part of our interpretation, and we need people to help research them and help us to tell them. The cells won't be redone as part of our restoration work by 2023, but by 2024 they will be open so that people can see them. We'd also like people to help us with our object research. The town hall has lots of objects connected to its history, everything from beautiful pieces of silver to the trowel that was used when it was first inaugurated, when the first stone was laid, to pieces like this that have been discovered during recent restoration work. This is a box of Zermac, which is skin cream, and it was prescribed by a pharmacy on Tweedale Street, probably around the 1940s. This is a newspaper that was found tucked behind a cupboard as part of our recent, and was found by our contractors recently. It's from the 23rd of February 1991 and recounts a rather unfortunate episode when rodent friends were found in the cellar. Again, this is a story to be told here, but we don't know much about it. Some modern day graffiti here by Johnny, apparently in 2011, and that's when they were installing new cables. So these stories that we want to tell don't just date back to the 1850s, but they're also modern day ones and help us to bring the town hall to life for everybody who comes into it. There's a huge amount of stained glass in Rochdale Town Hall. It's nationally and internationally significant and helps to paint a picture, not just of how the town hall was 150 years ago, but how people in Rochdale lived their lives. Many of the stained glass depicts the working life of Rochdalians and emphasises the importance of the wool trade, the prosperity of the borough. There are pieces of stained glass that tell us about monarchs. We've got some beautiful stained glass from depicting the faces of William the Conqueror to Queen Victoria and Prince Albert. The stained glass that depicts the coats of arms of Rochdale, royal coat of arms, and also tell us about inventions at the time, the latest technological developments of the day that made possible the trade and prosperity of Victorian Rochdale, the steamship, the train, and the electric telegraph. But again, research into the stained glass will be absolutely vital in allowing us to tell the stories of the town hall and its people. There'll be full training for this research given, be working with specialists in order to do this and in order to contribute fully to all the stories that we'd like to tell. And this could be research that's done at home, on your laptop, or just on your phone, or just handwritten, any way you like really. It could be research when you visit to local libraries or the local studies centre at Touchstones. If anybody's interested as well, we'd love to help train people up so you can do oral histories, you can record other people talking about their memories and do vox pops, as we call them, and those memories will form part of exhibitions, they'll go on our online galleries, and they'll help to form part of our resource packs for schools and community groups. We're very aware that particularly for people of a certain age, they've got so many memories that can really help to enhance the stories that we want to tell. So if you know anybody with an interesting story, we'd love to hear from them. We'd love to record them or take a photograph of them or connect in with them so that we can allow their story to be told and heard and commemorated for future generations to come. Also, you might have a memory, or you know of people who might have a memory of the town hall, how they've enjoyed it in the past. Maybe they got married at the town hall. It's been a place of many celebrations over its 150 years of life. Maybe you've been at a mayor's inauguration ceremony, or you know of people that have been past mayors. Somebody came up to me the other day with photos because their dad was a mayor of Rochdale and was showing me pictures of his inauguration ceremony in the 1950s. Maybe you're somebody who used to go to one of the tea dances at the town hall, or a young person that's had their prom at the town hall. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to see your photos and put them into our work. Maybe you support local refugees and asylum seekers. I was reading the other day that Rochdale, more than anywhere else in the UK, has recently taken more refugees and asylum seekers than any other place. This is a picture here of a local Afghani lady who arrived recently. We had an event in our community cabin a couple of weeks ago to celebrate the town hall's 150th birthday, and it was lovely to see so many people in it who were very new to Rochdale, who were from our newest communities, and they all spoke about their pride in coming to Rochdale, and also for some how the town hall was one of the first things that they remember when coming into the centre of the town hall. It's a building that evokes great sense of civic pride, not just for people who've lived in Rochdale all their lives, but for people who are the newest to our communities. And we'd love to hear their stories too, about how they came to Rochdale and how they've come to settle here. Other opportunities to get involved are around furniture restoration. For this, full training will be given with our partners at Lancashire Conservation Studio and Tim Phelps Furniture Restoration Studio. It's a bit like a real life restoration workshop as on the telly. We've got some beautiful pieces of furniture at the town hall, many of which date back to Victorian times. Many of them are wooden, but we need your help in helping to conserve them and polish them and allow them to keep them for future generations to come. We've got lots of tables, beautiful chairs, and a large amount of panelling all over the walls that needs polishing so that it can return to its former glory. As we said, full training for this will be given, and it's the sort of thing that can be done on site. It can't be something that can be done off site. So you will need to come into the town hall for this, but it could be, in terms of time commitment, you might want to do it for 1 hour a week, you might want to do it for 1 hour a month, you might want to do it for 10 hours a week. It's entirely flexible, but it really allows anybody who wants to help us to do this to really make their mark on the building. And to really play their part in history and allowing what our beautiful treasures to come to life again. This is a table that's currently in the Mayor's office, and some of the chairs, you can see the panelling in the back there as well. This is the Mayor's parlour as it used to look. It's not going to look like this when we reopen. It's going to be a much more engaging space, but you can see some of the panelling all over the walls here and the sheer scale of work that's required, because there is such a lot of work required on conservation of panelling and furniture. We're making a call out really to anybody who's got any time on their hands who'd like to learn a new skill to come and help us. And this is a skill that also can lead on to stepping stones onto career opportunities in this area too. Some of you may be familiar with the Exchange, which is the main entrance to the town hall. It's beautiful vaulted ceiling here, interconnected with pink and grey granite arches. It takes its name from the fact that it was originally planned that local traders would come here to sell their goods, but it's such a beautiful space that in the end they didn't. It was just kept as an entrance hall. The entrance hall is famous not just for its beautiful arches and its polished granite, but also for its gorgeous Minton tile floor. Minton tiles were really cutting edge for the day. Minton was a company based in Shropshire. They're best known British manufacturers of porcelain and pottery dating from the 1700s. They're a leading manufacturer of floor tiles and the best in the business when Rochdale Town Hall was built. Minton also made tiles and ceramic work for the Houses of Parliament and Capitol Hill in Washington. Again, full training will be given for this, but we'd love it if anybody could help us with cleaning the floor tiles, of which there are many of them. They are ornate and very beautiful tiles. They in themselves tell their stories of Rochdalians at work, of Rochdale trade 150 years ago. They feature the Royal Coat of Arms. They're interspersed with the coat of arms of the Duchy of Lancaster and the Borough of Rochdale. They include coloured slips and deep moulded patterns. This is a picture here of fleece, and obviously sheep were so important to the trade of Rochdale at the time. Full training being provided by specialists, and it will include some trips out to other places that have encaustic Victorian tiles like Rochdale Town Hall, so that you can see conservation in action and see how the fruits of your labour can be used to really bring the place to life. And it's not just cleaning tiles and restoring furniture, it's also helping to restore the hand-painted walls and wallpapers that adorn many of the walls of the town hall. These wallpapers are truly stunning. They depict many flora, fauna, coats of arms. Again, they're a narrative in storytelling. They're a picture that helps us to tell the narrative of Rochdale and its story, but some of them are in really bad state, largely because they haven't been cleaned for many years, and also they've suffered from the effects of tobacco smoke and pipe smoke over 150 years. And again, we need your help to clean and restore them. Working with specialists from Lancashire Conservation Studio, any willing volunteers will be trained to help clean the wallpaper. It's actually quite a simple process, but it's more painstaking and time consuming than anything else. And you can see here on the left a small example of when a piece of the wallpaper's been cleaned. It's really brought to life. Its colours are vibrant, and it's in its original state as it would have been installed in the 1870s. When all the wallpaper's cleaned, the whole of the town hall will look so much brighter than it does at the moment, and will really illuminate the shafts of light that come through it. All these kind of opportunities as well, again, they're flexible according to people's time. They're also in many ways a great opportunity for people to relax as well. There's something very meditative about seeing something come to life again. It's a bit like Buddhist monks, I suppose, carving the stones in the temple gardens. Doing repetitive tasks has been proved to help people's mental health. You'll not only meet new people, but you'll literally see history coming to life again. You'll be able to play your piece. You play your part in helping bringing the building back to life, and really make your mark on it in a way that's very special and will be so important to us. In terms of other murals, this is one of a greyhound. Many animals are featured around the town hall. He's looking a little bit greyer than he would have done 150 years ago, but we hope that with your help he'll be restored to his original state. Another area that we need people's help in is also restoring the Magna Carta. This is a beautiful painting by the great Pre-Raphaelite artist Henry Holiday. It currently sits in the Great Hall, but again has been the victim of tobacco smoke, pipe smoke over the years, and also over varnishing, which was probably done for all the best reasons, but has meant that the painting has been compromised in terms of how it looks now. So we need to remove all that varnish. Again, anybody who's interested would be given specialist conservation training to do this. But the satisfaction in allowing that beautiful painting to come back to life, if you're involved in doing that, will be truly breathtaking. And it's our hope that we return this beautiful piece to its stunning originality. The Magna Carta itself was painted in the 1800s, and is testimony to that event in 1215 that was all about the nobles standing up to royalty and giving people a voice. And Henry Holiday painted it for Rochdale Town Hall because it echoed those feelings of radicalism, freedom of speech, freedom of voice, which resonates so much in the town of Rochdale with the start of the cooperative movement. We do have specific restoration and conservation courses as well. They're 12-week courses, and there's a commitment of 2 to 3 days per week. We've actually got our first one starting next week on October the 11th, and that's currently full, but our next one starts in April 2022, if anybody's interested. These courses are delivered with our specialist partners at York Glazers Trust, at Lancashire Conservation Studio, and at Tim Phelps Restoration Studio. They're really designed for anybody who wants to know more, who wants to get a greater depth of understanding, a greater depth of skill around heritage restoration and conservation. These courses are designed for people who can then go on to help us actually do the restoration and conservation work at Rochdale Town Hall. But they're also fantastic stepping stone opportunities onto other jobs and careers in this area. And there will also be jobs offered at the end of the placement. We've got 4 jobs to offer within our permanent maintenance team at Rochdale Town Hall. And we really hope that people who do these courses will feel confident to apply for those jobs after they've done the course, because we'd love it for that progression route to be a local person who's done the course and then goes on to get themselves a permanent job with us at the town hall. Another opportunity for people who are interested more on the people side is for when the town hall reopens in 2023 to become one of our heritage ambassadors. These are people who are people really, people who want to help us bring the experience alive for all of our visitors. So that's in terms of meeting and greeting, conducting a range of tours around the town hall, telling people about its history, and really enthusing and engaging everybody who walks through its doors. And we're looking for volunteers here who represent all ages, all abilities, and all the communities, so that our volunteer programme is truly reflective of all our communities in Rochdale, and it's a programme that's open to everybody. Full training will be given to our volunteers, and we won't kind of let people loose until they've had this training, because it's really important that people are given the skills so that they can do the very best job that they can, and so that volunteers can have the very best experience that they can at the town hall, and so that our visitors can too. So we'll be providing a range of accredited and non-accredited certificates for people who want to be one of our visitor experience volunteers. There'll be courses such as Welcome to Excellence, courses in customer care, courses in disability awareness training too, courses in public speaking as well for those of volunteers who'd like to do tours. And when we talk about public speaking, we're not, this is a still here you may have seen from the film Wolf of Wall Street. We're not expecting everybody to be punching the ceiling and high fives and doing full speeches to people. But it's important to us that our volunteers feel equipped to have the skills to talk to people of all ages and abilities at their level. And there's quite a skill in giving a tour. And being able to read your audience. We're looking for volunteers who can give tours to families and make the tours interesting for everybody from a 5-year-old to a 95-year-old. So come and learn with us. We are offering a range of courses, but they will be courses that come with volunteering attached. And there'll be courses also in British Sign Language, also in first aid, and also in historical research with our partners at Touchstones and the Arts and Heritage Resource Centre. Courses in autism awareness and disability awareness training as well, so that our volunteers can be sensitive to the needs of all of our visitors, and so that our volunteers fully reflect all our audiences. And most of all, so that our volunteers provide that welcoming and friendly face when people first step through the door at the town hall. And a lot of what we're doing as part of this project is also trying to change conceptions and preconceptions about the town hall. Our consultations revealed a few years ago that town hall was seen by many as not for me, a bit of a stuffy old Victorian Gothic building that was full of men with suits. we want to turn that on its head. We want to make it somewhere different, a place for people where they feel welcome, where they can come in just for a cup of tea and spend half an hour, or they can spend 3 hours looking at the exhibition, having a guided tour, talking to our volunteers and taking part in a range of activities. We're also looking for volunteers who want to engage families and work with kids, and making sure that it's the most enjoyable and engaging experience as possible for them. We're also looking for volunteers who might like to help us during school holidays and at weekends, delivering a range of arts and crafts and event activities. We're also looking for volunteers who might want to come out into the community and help us deliver a range of creative projects. We've got 19 creative projects that are starting now. So if any of you know of anybody who'd like us to help us work with professional artists, everything from photography to mosaic making, to soap making, please come and let us know, and we'd be delighted to give you training so that you can help to support us on those projects. When the town hall reopens, we're going to have a new community space at school called the Bright Hall, named after John Bright, who was the MP at the time of the town hall's construction. And this will be a space where community groups can come to meet, but they can also do a range of arts and crafts activities, and can put on workshops of their own. So yeah, there'll be art activities for people of all ages and abilities starting now. Currently, they're going to be in community centres and in other places other than the town hall across the borough of Rochdale, but from 2023, they'll be based in the town hall itself. And they'll be available to people of all ages and all abilities. I think this is a lovely photo. What a fantastic face. Currently, we also have learning and training opportunities based specifically around our building. We've currently got some building apprentices working with our main contractors on the town hall. It's fantastic to see that progression route for many of them who came for work experience placements on and now on full apprenticeships with our building contractors. We have all our apprenticeships filled at the moment, and those also include stained glass apprenticeships. But if any do become available, then we shall let you know. And if anybody's interested in finding out more about particularly the building and stained glass apprenticeships, then do get in touch. And my contact details will be at the end of this presentation. And mainly for our volunteers, particularly when we reopen, we're looking to them to fulfill a really vital role to ensure that everybody, as I've said before, that comes through our door feels welcome, inspired, relaxed, and at home. So that's really it from me for my presentation. I shall take some questions if anybody has them. But thank you for listening. And if anybody does want to get in touch with me, my contact details are here, my email, caroline.store@rochdale.gov.uk, and my telephone number. I'd be delighted to hear from you. Thank you.